morning. Good morning from Melbourne, Australia. Good evening to friends in North America. And hello to anyone watching on replay. My name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia. And today I am going to be playing with alcohol ink and vellum and the new Stampin' Positioner from Stampin' Up! Let me show you that real fast. So we had the Stamparatus, loved it, still love it, still have mine. But there were some copyright or patent issues that they weren't able to resolve through the courts, so they had to pull it. And we have a new positioner that I will show you a little bit later. But if you are interested in becoming a demonstrator in the month of February, you can get one of these new stamp positioners free, included in your starter kit. And if you are a customer and want to get one, you will be able to get one sometime after March. We don't know when, so if you're sure you want to get one, talk to me about signing up to be a demonstrator, because there are other benefits too, like 20% discount on all of your orders. And it doesn't take much ordering to maintain a demonstratorship to stay in good standing. So talk to me about details if you want them. You can reach out to me at Nancy at nancysniftynotes.com, or send me a message through whatever platform you're watching on, and I will get back to you. And if you are not in Australia and you would be interested in this, this is an offer in all of the markets, and I can help you find a demonstrator to sign up under in other markets, or to order from if you need a demonstrator. Okay, so let's get stuck into this. I haven't done this for a while. I realize I haven't done it in this craft room, which means it's been at least 2.5 years since I've played with this technique. So for alcohol ink, we're going to be using Stampin' Blends. They are our alcohol markers. And I have pulled Blueberry Bliss, Azure Afternoon, Shy Shamrock, Shaded Spruce, and Calypso Coral. And the idea is we are going to make a background piece, and we're going to manipulate the color a bit with isopropyl alcohol, which is rubbing alcohol. And here in Australia, we buy that at the hardware store. This would be the big green one. And in this size, it comes with a handy dandy pump spray, which is great. I have also stuck one in one of my old aqua painters. You know, we have the newer water painters that are white or clear, and then these are the older version. So I have one that has bleach in it for a different technique, and I have one with alcohol, and I'm not sure I've ever done that before, so we'll see how that goes. So there's going to be a lot of kind of experimenting here, and we may decide it's a total mess and I have to start again. But yeah, I'm going to start with some different colors, and I'm just going to be applying kind of blotches of color. And that's the dark shaded spruce and some light shaded spruce. I'm not sure how much the tones, the two different shades matter so much as the different colors. We're just going to see. I'll do some lighter Shy Shamrock. And then we're going to play with, I'm going to put in a little bit of some Calypso Coral, I think. And we'll see how much manipulating the color works. I see I've got Sarah with me this morning. Good morning, Sarah. And Paula, good evening to you. And I'm just gradually going a bit, darker. And like I said, we're going to just keep playing a bit and see how this color manipulates and go from there. Okay, so those out of the way. And I'm just going to start by spritzing some on here. It just gets me kind of a base to play with. And got a grotty old rag. I'm just going to clean out that brush a little bit. Because I don't mind the colors blending, but I want to make sure it doesn't get too muddy, you know? So I'm just kind of dabbing and smushing and wondering about if I can add more color in. I think so. Kind of textures it a bit as you play. Not sure I want such a strong kind of line there, but maybe I do. Okay. And I am going to hit it. This should dry pretty darn quickly, but I am going to hit it with my heat tool on the low setting just a little bit to speed it up. It takes very little. I don't want to warp the vellum. Yep, that's it. So, because we're actually, I think, going to use it on this side. That's pretty cool looking. Thinking about trying one more just to see if I've learned anything. She can be taught, maybe. Curious to see if I just do a bunch of color. How we go. Hey Gladys, thanks for joining me. I'm playing with alcohol ink on vellum and just trying to get a sense of some technique and what all I'm doing. I put a lot of alcohol on here with the spray. And I got, like I said, I got alcohol in the aqua painter. That went pretty muddy. Yeah, so in the US, it's really easy to get isopropyl alcohol. You can get it at any drugstore, grocery store. 70%, 90% here. In Australia, really the hardware store. Sometimes you can get it at a pharmacy. Do not try to do this with isocol here in Australia. It's got too low a percentage of alcohol, and the other stuff that's in there that makes it more of a lotion thing is not good for what we're trying to do. So yeah, hit up the hardware store. Okay, so that looks like it is settled better in the muddy thing. Maybe made it, I don't know. Okay. Again, hit it up with the light heat tool. And you can see it change. I don't know if you can. I can see it change as it evaporates. Yeah. don't know. Not sure I have a preference, which is fine. I'm going to bring in that new Stampin' Positioner. Dun da da, there it is. It is not hinged the way our old Stamparatus was. It has a platform that totally comes off. It works with both photopolymer and the red rubber cling stamps. It's got kind of spring-loaded buttons down here, so you push down and it pops right back up. It doesn't take as much pressure, I don't think, as the Stamparatus did. So I am going to put this on here. It's got various places and ways to measure and guide. I don't have strong feelings, and the magnets are much easier to handle than the Stamparatus magnets because they have these tabs that kind of hold them up. So I stuck this on here just at random so I knew where it was. And I am going to cut down this paper. I just wanted to see where I wanted to put that. And then I put the platform or the plate on there, and that just picks it up perfectly. And now I'm ready to ink it. And what I'm going to do, so Memento does not dry well on vellum, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to ink it in Memento. What I would do if I wanted it black and I wanted it to just dry is I would use StazOn Jet Black, but I have a reason for doing this. So I'm going to line it up there and I'm going to push. Give it a little bit of a rub. And beautiful. So I am going to bring in clear embossing powder. You could do this with black embossing powder, but especially because I didn't use my embossing buddy. The clear will cover everything and I won't have stray black specks. Hopefully I won't have clear specks either, but I know I won't have black ones. And because the Memento stays wet on here, it works just fine. I could have done it in Versamark too, and then use black embossing powder. So I am using it on the higher setting, but I'm being very careful. Again, trying not to warp, just heating it up and melting that powder. You can see it better. You can see it changes from dusty white to clear gloss. Go. Looks like a rock wall. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm going to set that aside for a moment and we might try it again with this other one. This one looks like a rock wall. Yes, I agree. this time we're going to try it with the black embossing powder. See what we like. I think the other one turned out a little more gray, which is fine. We're just playing. So I'm going to bring this in and re-ink. And I've got my paper stuck down. And with this, if I decide it doesn't have a great impression, I would be able to go right back over it in exactly the right spot. But I think that is good. Yeah, it does look like a rock wall. I like that, Gladys. Thank you. So here's my black embossing powder. See how we did. Besides getting it all over the place. And this is why there's a piece of paper in here. Oh yeah. Okay, so there's one. And there's the other. This one is, yeah, a little more subtle, a little more grayed out than this one. They both work, but I'm voting for the black embossing powder. Yeah, I do have a couple little speckles, but that's okay. Yeah, I see them there too. Okay, so now to figure out how to use them. In fact, I'm going to, while I'm thinking about that, I'm going to clean this off so we don't have any mishaps. Okay. So I think I'm going to start Does embossing powder come in many colors? Paula asks. It does. It comes as a global product. It comes in many, many colors. Stampin' Up! Carries it in a more limited range. We have white, black, clear. That's our basics trio. And then it is also available in a trio with gold, silver, and copper. So we carry those 6. But because you can stamp, if you've got juicy ink, you can stamp in any color and cover it with clear embossing powder like I did on this one, and you'll have it, you know, shiny, hard, glossy in any color. So it's very versatile that way. Okay, so this one I cut down to the same size as that piece of white. Let's play with that for a moment and see what we think. Yeah, I like that. I'm doing some thinking about, the thing about vellum is that you can often see the adhesive through there. So I'm thinking about ways to put that on that it would be hidden. And I've got a couple ideas. I'm going to set that aside for a moment. I think we're going to do something similar here. Come here, come here. I can't get this thing to come. We're going to do it on shaded spruce this time. Maybe. Okay. I'm thinking about other things too as I go. This time I am scoring. I scored a little bit too much. Yep, it broke. I meant to score more gently. The idea being I would wrap it around. Do it a little more gently. Get that just right. Not too hard, not too soft. That's what we wanted. Okay. I'm going to come back to this one now. So one way to do this, I've got a bit of old Stampin' Sponge. You can use a sponge dauber, which is what we're selling now. And what I'm going to do is put glue on here, and I'm using this silicone mat because the glue won't stick to it. But by getting a thin layer of glue over the whole thing, I believe I'm going to be able to hopefully get it on here and not have the glue show, is the idea. Okay, and I'm going to burnish that bowl holder on this side. There we go. That worked beautifully. If I got it a little more off kilter, I could go ahead and cut that down a little bit more, but I don't think I need to. I'm kind of happy with that, actually. Here I'm going to do the same. If I had managed to not do that, what I would do is I would adhere it this way and let it be a little more free-floating on the front, but that's not going to work. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that off and do it the same way as the other. I like this as a concept. But I messed it up. So we'll go back to the other way. Yeah, and like I said, this one is a little more warped than the first one, which may make the gluing more of a challenge, but it will be okay. Might do a little more of the glue. This one we're gonna have to trim down a little bit. Oh. Almost. I think we'll leave that so we don't have problems. Yeah, don't do that on that side. All kinds of learning experiences here today. Okay, and we're going to cut this down a little bit more. Get some good clean edges. Go. So no, I don't like it on there. Well, I think it's better on the darker. Like it better on the blue or the green? Anybody still with me? I don't know. Let's see about another mat on there. You like the way I have them now? Okay. I like that too. And is it improved with the black mat on this one? How's this? I like this one on the green, just as is. I'm going to do that. And I had pulled a get well soon sentiment, but I think I'm going to keep them sentiment free. I think they're useful for all kinds of situations. And I can always stamp something on the inside or just write. No mat. Okay, so this one, just the bigger blue border. Yes? I can accept that. Making sure it opens the correct way. There we go. So that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you pull out your alcohol markers and vellum, which we now sell again. Hooray! And give this a try. Since a couple of you stuck around, would you like to see the mini album that I made over the weekend? And we'll be doing a different version in my next stamp camp. This is it. This is based on a design by Gail Ellis here in Australia. She's out of, I think, Adelaide. And she did it with, Lovely and Beautiful Designer Series paper. I am going to be doing it with Lovely Blossoms, but I am waiting for that to arrive. And in the meantime, as a prototype, I did this with, this is Retired Serene Love, and it's got all kinds of places for photos. I don't usually do a lot of albums, but for Stamp Camp, we're thinking this would be a good project. You know, think pastels and florals, good for Mother's Day gifts. We'll also be doing some cards at that Stamp Camp. And then this goes fancy. And here's another pocket with some more photos. And people can put, I don't have any journaling spots on there, but one could do journaling spots. One could change up, you know, how many photos, what sizes of photos. There's that one and another one of these flaps. And that's it. But the book itself is really quite easy to make. And I just like it. It works very neatly. I like it. If you're interested in it, Gail has a tutorial for sale. It's Stampin' with Gail. It is all in inches, which works for everybody. And so if you want it, I would send you there. If you want to come to my stamp camp in Melbourne, it'll be on Saturday, March 7. I probably will offer a weekday session the following week if somebody really can't make it on the Saturday, but it will be an all-day thing. We will make this, and we will make several cards. Should be fun. Have lunch, the whole bit. So there's that album. Here are my cards from today. Thank you for helping me make them. Thanks for letting me play, and I will be back same time, same place next week with another project. See you then. Bye-bye.